Alright, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Connor on Chain. We are back. I'm going to cover a little bit about Bitcoin today. Just go over, some stuff because I've seen the timeline on Twitter pretty bearish recently, you know. So we're going to dive in. I want to show you guys just some things to keep in mind. Based on technicals here, I want to just jump into. So again, obviously, like I said, the timeline has been pretty bearish recently. But as you can see, we got Bitcoin sitting still above 60K, holding this general area. Although it does look like the momentum has been moving steady to the downside. We could see this break underneath. There are signs where, we could see this continue down. And I'm not here to, you know, BS anybody, tell you guys it's gonna be up only, nothing like that. We really could see this continue to drop, continue down. But again, when you're in this market, it's going to be kind of taking it day by day. So I want to show you guys just some things. So we had the Bitcoin halving, right? April, what? When was the Bitcoin halving? When was the Bitcoin halving? We just had, I think on the, 14th? 19th. Alright, so about a week ago, little over a week, we had the Bitcoin halving, right? This is where we are in this cycle, in accordance to our other cycles, alright? So I'm going to draw, we'll do a nice little rectangle here on April 19th. Oh, so April 19th, this is when we had our halving here, right? Let's put it right here, it's equivalent, it's fine. So we're going to go back to the previous cycle, and we're going to look at where we are in accordance to the last cycle. So we're going to look up, when was Bitcoin halving in 2020? May 11th, 2020. So we're going to pull the line up. May 11th here. Boom. May 11th. Okay, so looking at these different cycles, right? We can do it back here, the same thing. But obviously from a time frame perspective and price-wise, we are in a completely different location in accordance to where the previous cycles had happened and where we were during the halving, right? So, if we go back to the previous cycle time frame wise, if we look at it, this is kind of where we are looking at, right? We had price down here. We've had these major movements up and down, up and down. We had the COVID crash. This is about, a month, maybe 2 months before. Bottom line, there's a lot of chop, a lot of sideways action after the halving, or right before, excuse me. And then after the halving, we sat for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, close to 6 months before we really started to see, a major rally, and when price was actually priced in, or I'm sorry, not price, but when, the actual halving was kind of priced in. And obviously our rally, we are at previous highs already. But again, looking at the same idea, we are only here. This is the equivalent of being right around the halving. Regardless of what price action is doing right now, we are still at previous all-time highs. Again, we are a little early. We are at previous highs, and we have not even hit price discovery. You can consider us kind of maybe right here as well. If you're not looking at time frame wise, but you're doing it strictly based off charts, right? If we're doing it off, oh, I'm sorry, that's not the previous high. Let's do it we'll do it right here, because I never like to do the exact top, because close to nobody ever times the literal top on anything here. Let's say right here. So again, even looking at it this way, bottom line, when you're looking at both of these scenarios, what are we missing here from a bull run? we are missing the run into price discovery, right? Is it going to pull a 260% move from all-time highs? I doubt it. I really don't think it's going to do that. But again, whether we are here, which is technically time frame wise, where we are in our cycle, or here, if you want to look at it outside of the time frame, but based on price action, where we're sitting around all-time highs in previous times, and there's still a lot of movement to go. When you're looking at both of these, the only confluence that I have just off technicals and based on my belief, for a bull run is that no matter what happens over the next few months, we still have not had any sort of full-blown retail euphoria. I think retail definitely has been looking into crypto again. Definitely, probably some people jumped in over here, but nothing like we experienced in 2020 into 2021. I don't know if we're going to experience that again to that extent, but at the same time, that is mainly my firm belief being in this market. This is what I've believed in and held true to myself, investing since down here and investing down here. Just waiting to see a blow off top moment. In my opinion, the timeline is very bearish, even at current levels, even if we drop lower. And again, we'll pull this up one more time. We get the halving here. No matter what happens, we still have not priced in the actual blow off top yet. So let's say, let's just say even this. We'll say this is what we're waiting for. A little pump. We'll do a little bit bigger. Let's say 80 to 90K. Whether it happens just like this, whether it continues over the next month, 2 months into its next leg up, in comparison to not time frame wise, but based on technicals, if this chart is going to follow some sort of bull run, even though it's early, it's going to follow the same trajectory as previous runs. This is an idea of what you could look at. But if we're basing it off time frame and that we still believe that there is going to be upside over the next 6 to 12 months, then maybe we do see a little bit of chop, little bit of sideways action for a while. Let's say it comes down and it goes up. October, November, it starts to run again. We see sideways, we see running. And then we see a final euphoric blow off top when, in accordance to previous halving. And again, how many months until we saw a real run? About 200 days. So that's, 6 to 7 months? I think close to 7 months. And again, if we do the same time, the same idea from when the halving was, April 19th to 18th. Let's say 200 days. That would put it very similar to the previous run. We should start seeing some more upside, no matter how you look at this bull run. If it's going to be early or if it's going to be late, what we are waiting for is that next push to the upside. This is all I personally am waiting for. I'm waiting to see, again, in my opinion, when you're looking at both, kinds of outlooks with the market right now, because it is different from previous cycles, I'm still waiting for that next major leg up. That is my belief, whether it does run over the next 2 months into new highs, or it takes another 5 months and then decides to run into new highs. I firmly believe that we will see another move into price discovery at some point over the next year. That is my true belief for this market. We've never seen a bull run thus far top out at previous highs and then just decide to, everyone decides to pack it up. Oh, we hit previous highs, time to just dump. Let's dump when, in accordance to last runs, when they had their all-time high cycle tops. Nope, we're going down to 20K. Let's just call it here. I've never seen a bull run like that. Obviously, no one has. But at the same time, you can't 100% know, which is, that's the hardest part about this market. You don't know. But what I do know is I've held true to my conviction in this market, in the last bull run, and it worked out very well. I've held true in this bull run so far, if you want to call this a bull run, the bull run. But again, we've only had a run from the lows to all-time highs. If you guys don't want to believe that there's more to come over the next, whether it is a 2-month span this goes into all-time highs, or another 7 months it takes, you're basically saying, okay, so I believe that this was the bull run from lows to previous highs, and that's it, right? That's it. But I can't believe that. I'm sticking true to my conviction with the market, and I know this video is, I don't have full out data that I want to be showing you right now. There is data I could be pulling up, but this is just based off my opinion, my thoughts, and just, I guess, the data here from previous cycles. I probably will drop a video on some more fundamentals with actual data soon on Bitcoin, but this is just my firm belief in this market, because I think trusting your gut is one of the most important things in the market as well. And, that is firmly what I believe this market will do. I don't think Bitcoin is out of juice, especially when you got a lot of ETFs, a lot of inflows, even though recently I don't think there's been crazy inflows, if at all. But when you got, some big money actually starting to allocate themselves into crypto, into Bitcoin, at least at this current rate of the market, I don't think, many institutions, I don't think they want to be allocating their funds, for all their clients, and then for them to see, a dump 20, 30, 40%. Obviously everyone that's getting allocated into Bitcoin, they're probably going to freak out, especially being new into crypto, if they allocate, 1% of their portfolio to it. I don't think a lot of institutions want that to happen, but at the same time they may. It's very flip-floppy. You can look at basically every aspect in a good or bad way. But again, it just comes down to, in my opinion, just conviction and what you believe in the market. Because again, it's an attention economy. It's very speculative. But that's my firm belief for this bull run. I don't think we're out of steam yet. You easily could see this come down and then back up. This could be some sort of liquidity grab over the next 2 months. It does come back down, but eventually it gets bought up by major institutions, major players down here, the smart money. They're buying when it dips even lower. When retail's starting to freak out, they think the bull run's actually over. Then this just shoots back up, trends up again, and then it starts its new leg up. In my opinion, that easily could happen. That's something I'm definitely watching for. But either way, I think still accumulating great top projects in and around previous highs. A lot of alts have been very down bad, but I still think the top fundamental projects are great to be accumulating, but keep your risk small as well. That's all I can say for this video. Again, this is just my firm belief in the market. It's been my gut feeling, and usually when I trust my gut in this market, it works out 95% of the time. Maybe not, but at the end of the day, I trust my gut more than anything. And at some point, I do believe we will see Bitcoin breaking into new highs and having a new run into price discovery outside of whatever factors are going on in the world, in whatever else. So that's what I got for you guys today. And I will see you in the next video. Got a lot of different stuff coming this week, so let's get it. So I appreciate you guys watching, and see you in the next video. Thanks.